Welcome to the Unfiltered Duo podcast. I'm Carrie.
And I'm Cheryl.
And this is how the unfiltered chaos makes sense.
Hi, Cheryl.
Hi, Carrie.
How are you?
Pretty good.
Good. Did you have a good weekend?
Of course I did. You were there.
I know.
We celebrated Scott's birthday.
That was so fun.
It was.
I had such a good weekend.
I'm so glad that you recommended it. Scott's favorite artist is Colby Clay, which is, it is what it is. Like, some guys don't like to admit it. He's fine with it. And you came across that she was going to be at Busch Gardens, and it's like,
yeah,
all right, let's go.
It was completely random too, because I'm just like,
yeah. And even at the park, I didn't see any signs like advertising until we got like in the venue area, and then I saw it.
Yeah,
and I was like, y'all aren't even advertising.
No,
even during the day of the concert. Like, I remember looking back, and there was still like room that people could have filled in.
I took a video of the thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had a really good announcement system, because they announced that like there might be inclement weather kind of a thing.
Right.
They could have made a concert announcement.
Right. Like, if you still want tickets, like, they're still available. I don't know.
Yeah. So
whoever their advertisement PR person, they need to get with it, because they suck.
They do suck. Like, this day and age, when everybody has a phone, everybody has a camera, like, you really could capitalize off of a lot of people just to get your anyway. Yeah, there's so many marketing opportunities.
I would have done something different with that, but they did not.
I know.
I would have even had her be on the speakerphone like an hour before it, just saying, hey,
Right. But I will say,
if you're interested, there's still tickets.
Even on her social media, there was nothing about it.
That's odd.
Because I looked it up later, because I was like, oh, I wonder what kind of stuff she uses for her social media. And I looked, and I was like, oh, nothing.
I wonder, they did introduce one of the guitarists is like local to the area. So I wonder if maybe it was a last minute thing that they decided to do, and just.
But I found out about it in May?
Oh, that's true.
She was on the little billboard thing.
Oh.
So yeah, I don't know. They could do a lot better.
It was a good time. And we thought rain was going to be 40% that day. And it had a little trickle of rain, but then it stopped. Yeah. So it was a good day.
It was. I enjoyed the roller coasters too. That was
fun. Of course.
Yeah.
Love roller coasters. I could have stayed there all day.
Except for the one where my head was too little.
That's because you're short.
I know. I don't like it.
You should do a review and be like, short people should not still ride this.
I know, because like my head, like the shoulder pad things were clearly not on my shoulders, but like they weren't even soft. They weren't. No, they were really hard, and so
because they were even high, like they were to my ears, I think. And so I was like, but then you look at, like, we did meet up with other friends and family, and so like one of the guys, he's 6'4", bigger dude, and so every time that we got on the rides, I'm like, how do you feel? Are you okay?
Do you fit? Are your knees okay?
Well, they made him take his shoes off. Were you there for that?
No,
because I know we all kind of like split off at one point.
Yeah.
They made him take his shoes off because they say he was too tall. He was like, I still have to like cross my legs and sit like this, so my shoes don't really matter. But they made him take off his shoes. Yeah, it was very weird. I was weird.
like, I don't understand.
I was like, okay, his shoes are going to matter. That's going to make a difference.
Okay, lay down there. Yeah. I mean, he is big.
But on certain rides, because of that, I was like, if his head, well, I guess his feet don't have nothing to do with his head if he's sitting in the chair. What am I thinking? That was straight up a blind moment, and I just talked through that. But
hey, you figured it out, though.
I did. I caught myself before I looked stupid. But yeah, I don't know what the point was. But anyways, we had a great time. It was good.
Yep.
And the little adventures along the way were great.
It was fun. I had a good time. So our topic this time is things no one warned us about being a mom and motherhood.
Yeah.
Which I think needs to be addressed. It could probably be a 2-part series, but we'll do our best to get it.
Yeah, because we did the 20-year-old self, we could maybe do it in one.
Yeah.
Because there's like things that people, I wouldn't say somebody told me, I just observed other parenting and then collected what I liked to make my own.
Mm-hmm. And interesting you say that, like some people didn't tell you things, because I also think there's a flip side that where you get a lot of unsolicited advice.
Oh, those people, I put them to the curb. When they give too much advice, I'm like, I'm not here. Like, it's okay at the beginning, because whenever you get pregnant, everybody's trying to give you, like, oh, you're going to want to do this, and oh, be prepared for this, which is great.
Yeah.
But, and even me, as like my sister-in-law has small babies.
Mm-hmm.
And so I try not to like force like my opinion. I'm just like, if I think it's worth her really knowing about, then I'm like, hey, think about this. Or, hey, they have this product and this was really helpful for me. It might be helpful for you. But I kind of leave that open, that it's her decision if she wants to move forward with it. But it did work out for me.
Yeah, no, and I think that's a great way, rather than sometimes the older generation than us were a little bit more persnickety about like how things were done and the advice, and it was like my way or the highway type thing. So
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, because I actually ran across that with her. Not that anybody was forcing anything on her, just as years go on, like my children are way older. So for her babies to be coming along, there's a lot of new things that have changed. And like I started reflecting on whenever I had my kids and people telling me older ways
Mm-hmm.
and how things had changed and what doctors say and things that you look up, which Google can be a demon.
It can.
But I caught myself saying, back whenever I had my kids, this is what I was told to do. I did this. It worked well.
Yep.
If you want to take my advice, cool. If you don't,
Yeah, if there's some
it's your kids.
new way to do this, please, by all means, like, do it the new way.
So like the feeding schedule, it was like the doctors say, feeding schedule is a certain way. And I was like, nobody gave me a schedule. I just kind of like learned as I went of what my baby needed and when to move up and when not. But, as technology changes and things are known,
Mm-hmm.
Obviously doctors are giving different advice to everybody.
Yeah, and yeah, it depends on the practice, depends on the doctor, and
Yeah,
it really
because
is.
there's no rule book.
No, there isn't.
You could go to one doctor and they're like, this is how you do it. And the other doctor's like, oh, no, you don't do it that way. This is a better way.
Yeah, no one knows.
No.
It's kind of a crapshoot.
Mm-hmm.
I think. So yeah,
literally a vagina shoot, though.
A vagina shoot. That's true. that's going to be the title of our episode.
Vagina
shoot. So yeah. That when you said that, it said not vagina shoot, something else.
Have you used your vagina shoot?
Oh, I don't know. How do we pivot from there?
That's okay. We're gonna pivot from there.
So yeah, unsolicited advice. I mean, there's a lot of it out there, and people like, I don't know about you, but I even had people in stores trying to give me advice about things.
I don't talk to people long enough for them to advise me.
No, it's like, so my oldest is a redhead, and that attracted a lot of attention.
Yes, I have a cousin like that. So everybody that has a redhead, then they
approach. And at this one store, this lady literally grabbed onto my cart. Like, I had the little one sitting there.
Do you want to lose your fingers?
I know. She grabbed onto my cart and was like holding me, and I started putting like a lot of pressure walking away, and she finally let go. But I was just like I'm about to fight somebody in a store,
Like I never knew that I was about to lay down my life this soon.
And she's only 6 months, and I'm already fighting people. So yeah, it depends on the kids that you have too.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of people thought I was pushing a baby doll around. I was like,
that's so cute.
That's kind of weird.
Well, that just shows how cute she was and like quiet probably too. And
She
so
was.
people are like, is she real? Blink twice.
I know. Is that a child? Yeah. So anyway, unsolicited advice comes in all ways, shapes, or forms, but you're the mom, and 9 times out of 10, you're going to be the one that knows what to do.
The gut is always going to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But there was times that like I didn't know what to do that I literally would reach out and ask people, "Hey, has your kid ever done this?" Like I don't know what to do. And even to the older generation because I felt like one time one of my children were very constipated as a infant. And I was like, "What do I do?" And so I started trying to like ask people and their opinions. And I finally asked the older generation because I was like, there's got to be something that they used to do way back then.
Right.
And it was sugar water.
Oh.
You make a bottle of sugar water. And I was like, I would not have got that.
Yeah. Because probably every other rule book is like, do not give your baby sugar.
Right.
You know, like, don't do it.
I was like, why would she get sugar before she's getting solid food? Mm-hmm. But she didn't have teeth to rot out. So it was a win-win.
Yeah. And I doubt it's really sugar that's rotting people's teeth out all that much when they're babies anyway.
Right.
Because, yeah, like if women get really sick during pregnancy, it can affect the teeth development of the infant.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So one of mine had capped like silver teeth because I got really sick during pregnancy, and it affected their tooth development because my body was trying to use the resources rather than giving it, it was kind of this weird give or take.
That's solid information.
Yeah.
I've never even heard about that.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, the mother's health just, really, really matters. And there wasn't anything I could have done to prevent how sick I got.
No.
So long-term effects is she did have to have like silver caps on her teeth for a while until they fell out, and then her teeth are fine now as adult. But
I would say with that, like you saying, there was nothing that I could have done. It's also like new moms realizing that in like a case like that, or any other case that like literally there is nothing, don't beat yourself up. Like there's nothing that you could do differently, and it's okay. It's not your fault. Move forward.
Yeah, and that's a hard thing to do when you're in the moment, because it was just like watching her like have to go through all the dental work to get it done, and just the stress of that, knowing like it was something that happened with me to like a cause and effect type situation. So you do carry that for a while, but you do have to realize like, but on the flip side, I'm doing the best I can to fix the situation.
And you couldn't have stopped yourself from being sick.
No.
Like there's no way. Like no matter, like there's little things that you can do to make morning sickness better, which I can't speak on morning sickness that much because I only got sick twice, and they were both with my first child, but it was 2 different incidents, and it was food related. It was like Scott came home with a fish sandwich from Burger King, and like he walked in, I could smell it, and I started throwing up, and I made him take it outside and eat it.
I feel like I
was like, you can't come back in the house with me.
That's
And then the other time we went to Subway, and I think it might have been a fluke of a thing, but like I started eating my sandwich, and like I was like, pull over, and like I threw up, and it was just fluke of a thing, I think, on that one too.
No, I have so many throw up stories. So many. Like I threw up pretty much the first 2 trimesters. And then the second one, I threw up every single day. That's how I knew I was pregnant, is because I started throwing up. Oh my God. Yeah. And then the third one, I threw up probably just the first trimester. Like it was daily. But
I can't imagine that. And I feel bad for the women. Like, I don't know if I would have committed to another kid after that. Yeah. Like, everybody still does it, and it's not wrong to do it. It's just knowing that I would potentially be going through the same situation. Because my pregnancies were very, like, I just had a belly. Like, it wasn't anything different in my normal life other than sometimes I would need help picking up something or tying my shoes.
But like, look how good of a vomiter I am now. Like, I just go and do it, and then I'm back at the party. It doesn't matter.
And I'm over here like, oh my God, I'm
like,
dying.
every day.
Your esophagus, like the whole lining. Oh, that's awful. Like, what if that it contributes though later in life? You know how like they say the acid and stuff. But did you throw up acid?
No,
being
you
pregnant?
don't. No, you don't get that.
Okay,
No,
then that would be different.
It's just like
it's just alcohol related. Like,
yeah, no, you don't get to like the bile part of throwing up when you're pregnant. You'll dry heave, or you'll throw up like what's in your stomach, you know, like food. But I never got to like the my stomach has to be empty type throwing up. Yeah, alcohol is a little different. Alcohol is different throwing up. Yeah.
I don't have, I told you. 2 situations, and that was like it.
I threw up.
It was a smell one time. Another time, I don't even know what happened.
Oh,
maybe I swallowed it the wrong way. I don't know.
So anyway, well, and that just goes to show you, like, pregnancy and everything can be so different from person to person. So you can share stories, you can learn from each other, but like for me to be like, oh, honey, don't get pregnant. You're going to throw up every single day.
Yeah. Oh, be prepared. This is what's going to happen. Like, we both have different stories. And to me, I'd be like, well, I know that my situation was, it's rarely that you meet a lot of people that completely don't throw up. So I'm like, like, I'm a unicorn. And I wouldn't set the bar that high, but hopefully, like, you're not sick. But typically, it only lasts during the first trimester for most people. So it's also doing the research of, like, what's typical versus what's, like, extreme. Or not extreme at all.
Exactly. So, yeah, don't judge yourself by what everyone else is going through. And I think that can be said for a lot of motherhood issues. Is like your toddler is going to be different.
Yep.
But also, like, you better be trying and you better be doing things to help your toddler.
Yeah. And even whenever they're little, like, it's okay to get onto them and tell them no. Like, don't go beat them.
No.
But, like, putting boundaries in place, you want to do that at the beginning. I would say that was, like, a number one thing from the get-go for me was, like, if I say no from the beginning, then they're going to learn the way that what I expect out of them.
Right. And I think that goes into kind of like choosing your battles.
Yep. It does, because sometimes you just want to lose your shit. And it's like, what's the outcome going to be? You got to start, like, thinking through the whole situation of, okay, they're small. Is this really worth the reaction? Or can we react but then move forward?
Right. And a lot of the times, like when I had the little ones, like if they're throwing a tantrum and they're kicking and screaming, if they're doing all of that, it's not the time to like try to refocus them and correct them and do all of that. Like I would remove them from the situation, but
if there was a lot of people, I would remove them because I don't want to interrupt other people.
Right. Like I'd remove them, and then like once they're calmed down, I'm like, what was that?
No, I would. So if I had to remove you out of an area, I'm going to take you to another area, and then I'm going to say, go ahead. And they're like, I'm like, this where we're going to do it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Keep flopping around, please.
And they don't want to do it then. And it's like, okay, are you ready to go sit back in there with everyone else? So, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, picking your battles is important. And I think even as your kids grow, learning.
Oh, it gets worse.
It does.
Like, they progress, and people are always talking about the terrible twos, which we've kind of talked about, like, because our nephew came and stayed with us, and like he was almost 2, and so like it is fun, and I miss that age. But at the same time, it's like and he's still not in terrible twos, but reality of people talking about terrible twos and then talking about teenagers, I'm like, I don't know. Like, I think the good gap is in between like first grade to sixth grade.
Yeah.
Like, they're kind of mellowed out in
Yeah.
that time frame. Like, everybody's gonna have their thing. But like, you're past the baby stage, but you're not to the teenage hormone stage.
Mm-hmm.
So they're a little bit easier.
Yeah.
I think.
I think so. Mine definitely were.
Once the hormones start coming, it's not even that I get aggravated. I'm just like, what are you doing? I remember Braden talking about Kylie, like she would do stupid stuff, like just off the wall stuff that you're like, why'd you do that? Or, what are you doing? And he would call it her teenage brain. But then he got to that age and I was like, is your teenage brain now working? Like,
yeah,
what are you doing?
Sir.
So it kind of backfired.
Yeah. So definitely choosing your battles. I would like going back to the toddler era, like it it is kind of this wild time because I don't know if you felt this way, but I don't feel like toddlers' behavior is always predictable. Like you think one thing's gonna go so well, and then they do something, and you're like, "Oh, I didn't see that one coming." Like,
Especially whenever they start learning words. I was like, oh, God.
I know. Like my oldest would literally take things out of other people's shopping carts and put it in my shopping cart.
It's like, I didn't steal it. It's the kid. And they're looking at the kid like,
right? And like I just never expected that. Like no one told me that my kid was going to start stealing stuff. Like it got to the point where I was checking out at Walmart and my mom was with me and she started taking my oldest out to the car, just ahead of time. I'm checking out. Well, all of a sudden I look over and my oldest has tackled somebody else's groceries.
oh, God.
And like she's like hanging on to this man's bag of groceries and my mom's trying to like pry her off of the groceries.
Let go of it.
I know. Like what are you doing? Like why are you stealing people's groceries? So like I will say like the toddler era for me was wild because I just didn't expect that type of behavior. Like
I don't know. I don't remember it being so crazy.
no, I don't know.
I remember thinking that people were crazy for saying terrible twos because I was like, my 2-year-olds, like when they were 2, were fine.
No.
Like it wasn't like they would listen. They would.
Well, yeah, I mean, she'd listen. I just
like they didn't do anything crazy except for when Kylie called the waitress a bitch because she was listening to us talk about somebody, and I don't remember who it was, but one of us at the table called somebody a bitch, not the waitress. And the waitress comes up and is like, hey, do y'all need anything? And she's like, bitch. And I was like, oh God, sorry.
So funny. Well, yeah, another one of mine would like, I don't know what got into her, but she would just lay down in stores.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be throwing a tantrum.
She just wanted time.
Yeah, she just lay down.
Just like, you're not working fast enough. I'm tired.
Yeah, just lay there. And it didn't matter what store. Like I started doing a whole Instagram series about like when she would just like flop herself down. And like I was like, well, I'm gonna keep shopping. Well, I don't know why you're laying there.
Whenever you get done.
You can just would you like to follow me? Or do you need a ride? Like so like
no.
That is just like for me, like yeah, the toddler years were just the years of the unexpected. Things I just never thought would happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of my like no one warned me that the toddler years would be so unexpected.
So I'd like to go back a little bit. So whenever I was growing up, I didn't have cousins my age, and the way that our dynamic did, my dad's family, we were not in contact really with. So holidays would be my mom's side of the family. So we always had a system, and then I was the only grandchild for I was 11, maybe 12. And so then the cousin that came along lived out of state. So it still wasn't that we could do holidays all the time together. So by the time the next cousin came into play, I was 15, 16.
Yeah.
And so we started basing things off of that cousin and her schedule and going to her mom, so my aunt's house, instead of my grandmother's house. And then once I started having kids, which was 5 years later, then it's like the dynamic of where do we go? And I wish back then I would have just took the time to be like, it's fine that we don't have to have like the same schedule that we always had.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay for us to be at our separate homes and that everybody doesn't have to spend the night together because that was like a big thing. And I loved it. But at the same time, like holidays don't have to be spent on the actual day that the calendar says.
No.
You can do it any day. And I wish the younger mom in me would have realized that I didn't need to do anything different. And it's okay to want to keep my kids, which eventually I did finally say, Christmas morning, we're going to be at home and we'll meet up afterwards.
Yeah.
But it took time. And so I would say just putting those boundaries in place as a new mom is very helpful and sticking to them.
Yeah.
Do not relax for 1 minute or somebody's going to take advantage.
Yeah. And that was something like we moved away from our families. And so I was like, we'll travel one holiday because I can't travel back to back. You know, if you're traveling Thanksgiving and then traveling Christmas, I was like, I
Yeah.
can't, no, I'm not doing it. Especially like my kids were so close together. And then I had little kids for so long. And I was the only one that had little kids at the point. And I was like,
Right.
you know, I understand I moved away, but I can't. I can't keep that up. So
Right. It's not anything against anybody. It's just literally just sanity.
mm-hmm.
You're trying to keep your sanity.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, maybe that's another thing no one really told us. It's like, yeah, you have to make sure you're taking care of yourself.
You and your small, your husband, and your kids
Mm-hmm.
are number one.
Yeah.
Then that's whenever you grow out to like grandparents, aunts, uncle. Well, I'd say grandparents first, then aunts, uncles, cousins.
Mm-hmm.
So like you start expanding that. And yeah, we didn't do that. And we lived away a good bit, especially in the beginning whenever Kylie was little. So that was rough. And then you go in town and everybody wants you. I don't know how yours was, but we had divorced parents on both me and Scott's side, divorced grandparents on both of our sides. Um, we had 1,000 houses to go
you're just
to.
like zip it
And
all
now my
around.
kids like literally
oh.
hate leaving the house for Christmas. They're like, no. And which now I'm just like, no, that's fine. Like, I'm fine with it. Y'all are fine with it. Everybody else is going to be fine with it.
Yeah. And yeah, that's another thing it's hard to learn is like you just make your holidays your own.
Mm-hmm.
Like there have been years where we didn't go anywhere for the holidays. And instead of doing like a turkey for, you know, and stuff like that, we would do sushi.
Yeah, like do
Or we
something
would do
fun.
raclette or fondue. And, you know, we
Mm-hmm.
did fondue for a lot of years for Christmas because we're like, it's just us. Like, get out the cheese, get out the shrimp and the meat, you know. And oh, for those of you who don't know, you do a broth or oil for the meat fondue. You don't dip the meat in the cheese like that. I for some reason I don't know. People don't know that. So life tip: the meat fondue goes in a broth or an oil and not in the cheese. So, but that's what we would do because it was like that was something my husband and I liked from our past, and we wanted to do a family tradition type thing. So, yeah, make it your own. There's nothing in this world that forces you to keep old family traditions.
Yeah. That would be the advice to the younger mom me is you may hurt people's feelings and that's okay.
Yeah.
They'll get over it
Mm-hmm.
and they'll still love you and be around you, or they'll get mad and they can stay butthurt about it. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it kind of goes along with I know we've talked about this a little bit before, but like building your village.
Yeah.
And I wish maybe younger mom me would have understood that a little bit better. Where it's like, yes, you have your family, yes, you have everybody, but there comes a time where it's just like you really need to like feel deep down those people that are going to be there when you call at midnight.
Yeah, and it's nothing against my family. I think I've
No.
always had that village because no matter where we've lived, I've found those friends that I can really pull in, and I know that we're both on the same page and we want the same for our kids, and we're wanting to do different things and move forward, and everybody be successful. And so I latch on to those people. And so even like my first child was born in South Carolina, like we didn't have any family around us, so I did rely on my friends, some of my coworkers even, to like babysit and stuff. So, and that's okay, but it's all about, do you trust them? Do they love your child the way that you love your child? Obviously not the same, but they're gonna uphold like they want the best, and they're gonna take good care of them regardless that they're family or not.
Yeah.
And back then that was like, oh, family comes first, and it's like some situations you can't though. Like mine, I couldn't even try to rely on family because they didn't live there.
Yeah. I mean, we had my oldest and we moved the week after she was born. So it was like we haven't lived around family ever. Like
Yeah.
we haven't lived within 6 hours of like any of our immediate family.
Right.
So, and like my cousin doesn't live far away, and she's definitely been a part of my children's life their whole life, kind of a thing.
Good.
So, like, I've loved that. Um, but she's also an hour away. So it's like if I need somebody right then and there, like you need to make sure you start reaching out to those mom groups and find people who have kids the same age. And I'll be 100% honest, and I think you might feel sort of the same way, but it's like your kids don't necessarily have to be friends with each other for that parent to be part of your village.
I think it took till my kids were older to learn that.
Yeah.
I think in the beginning it was, well, I don't know. I think that's your taught her on it. It's like some people I could rely on. Some people didn't even have kids whenever I had kids.
Yeah.
But I could still rely on them. Like they, for the fact that they didn't have kids, some people don't understand like sacrifices or something coming up, or a change of plans. And so
Yeah, I know, like I would definitely have mom friends who didn't have kids my kids same age, but like I knew like I was their emergency contact at school.
Right.
It was like, and that's part of building your village, but not necessarily like you don't have to hang out with them all the time to be part of your village.
No.
So it's not like you're spending New Year's Eve with them every year, kind of a thing.
Right. Like you'll have certain friends that they're your friend, but they're not like, I would say, a full-time friend. Or maybe it's a sports friend. I've had sports friends too. Like if I need car rider, I'll like trying to get the kids to practice or a game and something's came up, like I know I can call and be like, hey, can you help out? But we don't hang out outside of that.
Right. No, it definitely.
So it's maybe different villages are like the best thing that you can do.
That's true. You have like your main village and then you have your satellite villages.
Yeah.
I've never really thought about that.
Because now thinking back, like as my kids went through sports, like I did kind of have that. Like it was like certain people for certain things, and we both relied on each other and trusted each other. But it was like those moments. But if it was maybe more personal, I wouldn't reach out to them because we only do that during sports or whatever it is.
Yeah. Something else that I don't think I realized is like your kids aren't born with common sense.
How many times have I said that?
I know.
I'm like, what happened? Like, I don't know. I feel like, and maybe my mom needs to chime in on this. I feel like I had pretty good common sense.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
like
know.
Scott is book sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like he can pick up something, hear it once, review it. I have to study more for that. But common sense, I definitely trump him. So I don't. Maybe it's an instinct that you're born with, though, too, like problem solving.
Right.
I think that's like a common sense thing.
Yeah.
Is a problem solver is more common sense.
Right. So yeah, as a mom, like I didn't understand that I would need to teach certain things. So like just I mean, it's just for the simple fact of like someone would come and ask me where something was, and I would be like, it's over there. And like I would point to where it was, and like I'm looking at it, it's like, oh, it's right there. And I'd look at them and they'd be like, where? I so I'd be like, can you look at me and look at where I'm pointing? And so they'd look at me and then look where I'm pointing. They're like, oh, so like I didn't realize I had to teach them to like look at me when they were like talking about something. You know, like that's when
My
someone
kids
just
are older. I don't remember doing that.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just had like so many of them ask me so
But
many
then
questions all
again,
the
like
time.
depending on where you're pointing, it could mean problem solving of like if it's a Barbie doll, the Barbie doll is probably where the other Barbie dolls are already at.
Right.
But if it was like a gaming console or, like a remote or something, then it might be beside it, but it's with the games. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just something like I had to like tell them over and over again enough times that I'm like, why isn't anyone learning that they have to look at me and I'm pointing somewhere? Like I'm literally pointing right at it and no one is looking at me. Like what are they doing? Like so I would get really frustrated with that type of behavior and I'm like, I didn't know I needed to teach them this. So
I'm gonna do that next time that you're like over there. I'm gonna be like, where?
I'm like, Joe, look at me when I'm pointing.
Where are your eyes looking?
I know.
I need my bifocal.
Don't you have progressive contacts?
I do.
Oh,
I do. I just gotta be like this.
You start looking at people like, I can't focus.
And I don't even know if my contacts really make a difference, the angle. But anyways, that ain't what this is about.
No, I have no idea. I don't love contacts. I don't want to get LASIK though. I'm scared of it.
Ooh, another one that I would say. I wanted to stay home with my kids.
Mm-hmm.
It was like my mom stayed home with me. I wanted to do the same thing with my kids. And I loved that. There's other moms that don't love that. Like I still worked off and on, depending on like what our situation was, or maybe I would offset my hours or whatever. But I like to be at home as much as I could with them versus them being at daycare.
Mm-hmm.
And other moms, like either one, they have to go back to work because let's be real, everything's expensive.
Yeah.
Or two, they just don't want to stay at home, and that's okay too. So like the moms that would shame back and forth of like, oh, you have to be at home, or no, I want to be at work. Like, why are you being at home? I think that's the thing.
It is, and like, it's no place for anyone to judge.
No, it's based on what's good for you.
Yeah, and what your children need. And like some kids are, I mean, if you have a special needs child, like you need to be able to manage that and be there and take care of it. It's like you really can't judge anyone. And I was lucky enough to stay home with them for a really long time. And I loved every single minute of it. Like I did too. Yeah, I was like, I don't have to deal with anyone but them. Yeah. And they're the people I love the most in the world. So no schedule. I don't have to be on anybody's schedule. I can do whatever we feel like doing, and making sure that they're happy. And yeah. Yeah, like what park are we gonna go explore today, kids? let's go look at this river. Let's go, play this park. Like all the things. It really was just, I mean, I had a lot of fun. And I think um, their dad probably felt like he missed out on things sometimes. So I definitely tried to make up for that too. Whereas, like, some firsts were always with their father.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
there was always like some of the first stuff, like I always wanted to make sure it was with side. But even like I'll bring up another thing. I didn't even think about this when we were talking about the topic. So whenever I got pregnant, um, everybody's like, "Are you gonna breastfeed? Are you gonna do formula? What are you gonna do?" And I was like, "I'm doing formula." And I actually had another girl that was also pregnant try to just belittle me and make me feel bad that I was doing formula instead of breastfeeding. And I was like, isn't this what breastfeeding moms like go against is people shaming them?
right.
And I was like, I'm not upset that that's what you want to do. It's your preference. But this is also my preference. And so you have to respect my decision as well and not try to make me feel like a bad mom. So
No, and like that is I think it's the weirdest battle that we as moms get into. Like I do not understand. Like I understand there was like that campaign that was like breast is best and like all of these things. And I'm like, no, 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 no. Fed. But fed is best.
Yeah.
Can we just feed the child? I don't care how you're feeding it.
Right.
Like just feed the kid. Like fed is best. That
I
bottom
have an
line.
awful like eating habit. I was brought up on fast food. I love fast food. I didn't, well, other reasons that I just personally didn't want to breastfeed, but like also the nutrition side of it. Like you need to be mindful as a breastfeeding mom. And I was like, I eat too much fast food. But then it's also like the flip side of people being like, oh, you're not sacrificing for your kid. And I'm like,
but why do you have to? You don't have to.
no.
Like, no, is ridiculous. Like, and I mean, I did choose to breastfeed all of them, but we also just didn't have a lot of money. And I was like, yeah. But also I was lucky in the fact that I could.
Yeah.
Because and some women really want to, and they just don't produce enough. And I produced enough to feed a village. So, like, literally, I was like, oh, this is how do I stop this? Like no one.
I need to turn the faucet down just a little
bit. But really. But also, like, I don't know if I didn't feel like there was a lot of support for breastfeeding moms who had issues, and maybe I just didn't look. And like even when
I feel like when your oldest was born, there was a lot more like acceptance. Like before that, I would say it's not that people would, some people would just talk.
Yeah.
And it's like, everybody's going to have their opinion. It's fine.
Right.
And there's ways of going about it too. I've seen very interesting feeding situations. And I'm like, do you know that my toddler is like, that's a whole nother topic we could get into.
Yeah, it is.
I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole today. We're going to change the subject.
Yeah.
But whatever, bottom line is whatever you decide is what you decide, and that's okay.
It is.
And you don't have to answer to anybody for the reasoning behind why you chose that.
Nope. As I'll say it 10 million times, fed is best. Yeah. Just feed the kid.
Right.
Doesn't matter.
Healthy baby, doesn't matter.
Nope. Yep, feed the kid. Another thing that I was thinking about is, so I didn't go through a lot of postpartum depression. Like I didn't have major issues with it. But looking back, I could see little things that crept into my behavior that I was like, oh, that's probably maybe some postpartum hormones that came out. And it was really like I was very like I removed myself from the world kind of a thing. Like I'd go to the grocery store, I would do everything. I would make sure everyone had food, everyone was clean, taken care of, myself clean, taken care of, everyone was happy and fed. But I literally didn't want anyone in my space for like 3 or 4 months.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, I was opposite. I was like, where are we going? I took Kylie hiking at 2 weeks old. Strap her on, let's go. Like,
No.
it didn't bother me.
Oh, like
I wanted to be out. That was, and this goes back to the extrovert, introvert, and I was like, I think I'm kind of battling both. But I also like to be out. So if I'm not working, like, what are we doing?
Oh no,
if I weren't, then I'm more introvert.
Well, and that's like I didn't want visitors either. Like I struggled a lot with having people come visit. And I know new babies are exciting and like people want those new babies and everything like that. So they would come, and internally I struggled with letting people, like that mama bear instinct kind of a thing. Okay. Like I wanted to hibernate until I was ready to have like my kids around people. And so like yeah, so I don't think it was like postpartum. It wasn't depression because everyone was happy, everyone was taken care of. Like I would go and do things, but literally like leave me alone. Everyone needed to leave me alone until I got this figured out. I got this in like taken care of. I'm making sure my baby is thriving.
And more and then, like my hostess side, like I wanted people, like I got out of the hospital with Kylie. I'm trying to think. It might have been day 3 of being out of the hospital, and I was a waitress, and so I took her to my job.
Yeah.
And went and had lunch. And I was so happy to show them, which a lot of them came to the hospital. I had so many visitors, like it was ridiculous. Which I'm super thankful for anybody that's watching. Like it made me feel so loved. But at the same time, I wanted to share her with them and be like, hey, and I took her in the back and showed her to the cooks, and like we were living life. She was happy as could be.
Oh, that's so funny because my first was born and then we moved away. So yeah, a lot of people came to visit her. With the other two, no one came for the second one. I didn't have anyone come. I didn't tell anyone that I was having the baby. Like I said nothing.
Oh my goodness.
And then the second one, I texted like my little circle of ladies, like as I was, because my water broke. And so I texted, I was like, oh, my water broke. And then they checked in the next morning and they're like, please tell me you've had that baby by now. You know, it's like, get that baby out. But no one came to the hospital. Like no one came, like nothing. So my first one I had visitors, the second two, no one came. So
I'm just gonna say this, and you may not be happy with me, or some people that you know may not be happy with me. That makes me very disappointed in the Mormon culture because that's the time to not only celebrate the birth of a child, but as a mom, like anytime that I've known somebody to have a baby, I just want them to know like how excited I am for them. Bring them something, cook them something. Hey, what can I do for you during this time? I know it's gonna be hard. And to just be like, have you had the baby yet?
yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, there would be like meal trains set up afterwards. And so if you wanted it, you could ask for meals and people would bring you meals. But for me, by that third baby, I was like, nah. Like, I don't need your cooking. I got this. I have other people to feed.
No, nobody cooked for them. So, the first kid, if anybody did, I'm sorry that I don't remember, but I also, like, my mom was there and her husband, my dad, his girlfriend, Scott's mom, her boyfriend, um, my grandfather, my grandmother, like they all came to South Carolina because I was set to be induced. So everybody got to be there. Okay. And everybody was at the hospital. And then on top of that, then I had a great work family. And so like all of them came. So like she was showered more than,
Aw.
but yeah, like I felt the love, but it wasn't like I didn't even care. Like I was cooking for them sometimes. I'm like, come visit,
yeah,
like
I
come
need
see the
help.
baby.
Yeah, no, I was the opposite. I was just like reclusive. I was like,
The only thing that I asked is you use hand sanitizer and don't kiss my baby in the face.
yeah, no.
Like,
no,
don't touch their face.
Right. I think the last kind of big point that I wanted to really hit home on this topic was people really do tell you to like spoil your babies and enjoy that time. And I did try, like I tried to take those moments where it was like, I'm going to enjoy the toddler years, and I did, and I'm going to enjoy raising them, and I'm going to enjoy them while they're little. But I still look back and wonder if I could have done it more.
So I think that's a mom guilt. Because as soon as you started saying that, I was like, I have felt that way. Like, did I enjoy that time enough? Did I do everything possible? Maybe I had my kids too close together. Should I had a bigger gap? It's mom guilt.
Yeah,
Everybody's gonna have it.
I know. And I don't know if there's a way to fix it.
There's not.
Yeah.
And it's okay. Like you have healthy, happy children.
Mm-hmm.
They feel love every day.
Right. And I mean, we're in a generation and an age where it's like we have digital cameras and we can literally just take thousands of pictures.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have thousands of pictures
Yeah.
of my kids and videos. Like probably not a day has gone by
I
that
found
there
an
isn't
old
something.
camcorder one day, and I started like, and I'm like sobbing in my closet as I'm watching all these little videos. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't feel guilty. I know I've had that same feeling, so I think it's just a mom guilt.
Universal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's probably like the biggest thing. It's like do your best to enjoy every minute, but you're probably going to come out of it with some sort of did I do enough?
That's because we want to be the best.
Yeah. And
if you didn't question yourself on if you did enough, you might want to reflect because either you're a narcissist or you really didn't do anything.
You didn't try.
Because I think every mom is just wanting to feel like their kid got that time and they got that time with their child.
Right.
To remember those moments. And I would say it's just
I think that's a whole other episode is how much mom guilt we can carry around too.
I can't tell you. I have teenagers and I still have mom guilt. I was like, I thought this would leave by this point.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll have to ask our moms if they still hold mom guilt as like parenting like real adult children.
Do a mom interview.
We could.
We gotta teach them though how to use the equipment.
Get all of us.
Get them set up.
Get
and
all
then we
of
could do
moms.
like a Zoom call of all of us. That'd be fun.
That would be fun.
I like it.
Yeah. See if that works. Oh, but that's all that I had.
The last thing that I'll say is no kid is alike.
Oh.
Every kid is different. You're gonna parent different with them. They're gonna have different personalities, which comes with all different things. So don't think just because me and my husband created this kid's gonna be exactly the same. No, they're not.
No, and no, I'll 100% agree with that because they'll have different needs at different times, and they'll do. I mean, my first one tackled someone's groceries, and no one else has done that. So like. I mean, and
the grocery monster is gone.
It was so funny. But literally, like, yeah, the first one had needs and the second one has different ones. Yeah, they all come with different things. So what works for one might not work for another one.
That's what I think is big message.
Yes, very big.
All right.
Yeah.
On that.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, you can. Yeah, when we do the cheers. Thanks for tuning in to the Unfiltered Duo podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a friend who might enjoy it too. You can follow us on all social media platforms for updates, behind the scenes, and more content. Got questions, feedback, or a topic you'd love for us to cover? Reach out at unfilteredduopodcast@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, stay curious, stay inspired, and keep listening.